It's terrible. It's just one of those things where we took a relatively decent idea, and what we have done is ultimately disgraced ourselves. Now, before we get into the argument of it's all a matter of preference, which it is, you are obviously entitled to enjoy whatever you choose to enjoy. However, there has to be a line somewhere. Aristotle made basically his entire case on moderation and not having too much of something and not lacking something. This was a vice. He called these the vices of excess and vices of deficiency. What is deficient in today's rap is most of all it's really musical creativity. It's all of a sudden the music does not matter anymore, and this is really discerning. This is actually kind of disheartening even because I grew up listening to Eazy-E, Eric B. and Rakim, all those other things. I'm a musician myself. I play classical music and stuff like that. But as a musician, I have a responsibility to find at least something that I like in whatever I listen to. And there's nothing to like in what is being produced today between Lil Wayne, Drake, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, all those people who you keep hearing about on the radio. Uh, what they're doing really is packaging the same thing over and over again and selling it to you with a different name on each track. Now, this is very effective, especially considering that with the rise of the internet, there's been a general uh, loss of attention span. They say the average American can't hold focus for more than 40 minutes. You can't read a book in 40 minutes. So yeah, I do certainly believe that there is a big problem in our society right now, and this is only facilitating what is otherwise the disease of the modern music industry. It's actually almost surprising how far we've come from the 90s, where there was somewhat of a rebellion against music. Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, they all fought against the music industry. Modest Mouse, even. And Radiohead, even, come to think about it, Radiohead isn't even signed to a record label at this time. And these are bands that have gained notable recognition and have just as many views as Lil Wayne. But you won't hear Radiohead on the radio. You'll hear maybe a couple of songs. And like I said before, it's a bit disheartening. Uh, Now, given these premises, given these examples that I gave, I still find it shocking how people find themselves to enjoy this and not be embarrassed by it. I personally, when I'm in a car or I'm at a party or something like that, I simply don't know how people are not embarrassed by what they're doing to themselves, by what they're listening to. Because it's, in and of itself, just utterly terrible. Uh, what are we doing, America? Can someone fill me in? Did I miss the memo or something like that? Since when did music? Well, music's always been a popularity contest, but usually the popularity was gained over individual volition. The Beatles were actually pretty talented, so they were popular. Rush is the third best-selling band in the world, and they're probably number three on my top five as well. So yeah, I don't know how people aren't embarrassed by that. I think it's horrible. It's just simply disgusting and disgraceful. It's it's killing our nation's people. It's making us stupid. And that's all I have to say about that.